The American desert. It doesn't welcome you. It doesn't even notice you. It just exists. Vast, unforgiving, brutally, beautifully real. Cut to a drone shot impossibly high. Below, a sea of beige and brown. The Mojave, the Sonoran, the endless, nameless waste of the West. Miles and miles of nothing that will kill everything you are, from the scorched bones of the California high desert to the rolling, ocean-like dunes of Arizona and Nevada. This is nature's arena. No bleachers, no mercy. This is where the weak get lost and the strong find themselves. The drone dives. Fast. The ground rushes up. We see a single lonely dirt road, a scar on the landscape. No traffic lights. No painted lines. No one to tell you to slow down. No rules and no second chances. Just raw, untamed terrain, a machine built for war. And one rider. Not here to survive. Here to own it. The bike comes into frame. A Honda CRF 450. Our works bike. It's not clean. It's scarred, muddy, perfect. Axell Hodges leans over bars, goggles down, breathing slow. This is where fear goes to die. An instinct, raw, primal, electric instinct takes the wheel. And leading this charge into the mouth of oblivion is not a man. It's a force of nature. Axell Hodges. Quick cuts. Axell laughing on a podcast. Axell casing a 150-foot jump. Axell walking away from a crashed helicopter. A logo. SLYJRUND. A name that doesn't just echo through motocross. It detonates through it. A rider who doesn't study limits. He erases them, archives them, launches over them. Close up, a gloved hand on a throttle. Fingers tighten. The knuckles go white. The engine doesn't just roar. It awakens. A deep, aggressive mechanical growl that cuts through the silence like a knife through the soul of the world. Sound design, the idol, a rhythmic, violent thump-thump-thump. This isn't just a motorcycle. This is a weapon, a time machine, a one-way ticket to the edge of reason. And today, under this brutal American sun, it's being unchained. The throttle twists. Hard, fast, a split second of stillness, then, brayap, dust doesn't just explode. It erupts, a brown mushroom cloud of consequence. The ground doesn't just tremble. It screams. Speed doesn't just take control. It obliterates the present moment. Out here, in the cathedrals of dust across the United States, there is no room for the pause button. No space for maybe. Every second is a contract. Every move is a signature. Because one mistake, a rut you didn't see, a landing that's 6 inches off, that's not a crash. That's a conclusion. But this rider, Axell, he doesn't hesitate. He doesn't calculate risk. He feels the absence of it. He commits. Body, soul, and throttle. Sequence. The bike flows. Not riding. Flowing. The rear wheel kicks out. Hooks up. Launches. Axell is loose. Arms relaxed. Looking 2 turns ahead. The bike flies across the terrain. A predator that forgot it was prey. Carving through soft sand like a hot blade through cold butter. Every whoop section devoured. Every bold turn a brushstroke. Slow motion. A massive dune jump. The bike hangs in the air, suspended between earth and sky. Every jump not higher than the last, more deliberate. Every landing not just sharper, inevitable. This isn't riding anymore. Riding is transportation. This is domination. The desert fights back. A sudden washout. The bike wiggles. Axell doesn't tense up. He pushes down with his outside foot, leans into the chaos, and the bike straightens. He doesn't even look down. The desert tries to kill the idea of you. Loose sand pulling at the tires like hand from below. Hidden drop-offs waiting to turn confidence into a yard sale. Unpredictable terrain that changes its mind every 5 feet. Testing every ounce of skill, every gram of luck. But skill alone is a party trick. You need vision. You need control that's bored with being careful. You need the courage of a fool and the precision of a surgeon. And most of all, you need the mindset of a champion who has already lost everything that matters. So there's nothing left to protect. Because out here in the American wasteland, There are no participation trophies, no easy wins, no podiums for almost, only hard-earned, dust-choked, adrenaline-soaked victories. The speedometer on the bike, needle dancing past 80, 90, 100 miles per hour over uneven ground. The speed keeps climbing. The risks stop being risks and start being routine. The line between control and chaos. It's not thin. It's gone. They're the same thing now. And that's the address where legends are minted. Not in comfort. Not in a climate-controlled gym. In chaos. The bike launches off a natural dune lip. No ramp. Just terrain. The camera is on Axell's face, visible through the goggles. Calm. Focused. Almost sleepy. The bike leaves the earth. For a long, stupid, beautiful moment. Sound cuts out. Silence. Just the wind. Everything slows down. The American sky, a vast and different blue, stretches forever above. The desert, a brown ocean, fades to a blur below. And time, that thief, just stops. This is the moment that defines your entire existence. No distractions. No doubts. No excuses. Just one rider and one decision. Commit to the landing or commit to the crash. And legends? They don't pick the first one. They are the first one. The landing. The suspension compresses to the bump stop. The chassis flexes. Holds. The bike rockets forward. The landing hits. Perfect. Violent. Victorious. No hesitation. No fear. No prayer. Just pure mechanical execution. And just like that, the ride continues. Faster. Bolder. More dangerous than ever before. Because this isn't about playing safe. This is about being all in with no exit strategy. Out here in the United States, motocross isn't a sport. It's a liturgy, a lifestyle for people who find highways suffocating. A statement that says, I was here. I didn't just exist. And today, that statement is carved in roost and exhaust. Limits are just suggestions waiting to be ignored. The bite crests a ridge, below a valley, and in the distance, a jump that looks impossible, a gap the size of a city bus. The desert stretches endlessly, but so does the ambition of the damned. And when bottomless ambition meets a moment of perfect opportunity, history doesn't just get written, it gets launched. Axell slows, stops at the edge, takes a drink from a Monster Energy can, pours a little on the ground. Respect. Now comes the ultimate test. A jump so massive, it pushes the definition of possible to the edge of a cliff. Silence. The wind slows to a whisper. A lizard scuttles. The world holds its breath. And in that moment, there's only one thing left to do. Axell looks straight into the camera. You can't see his eyes, but you feel them. He nods. Once. Full. Throttle. The bite doesn't accelerate. It detonates forward. The rear tire spins hooks and catapults. Power unleashed at maximum force. 60 horsepower controlled rage. And then, the lip, the sky, the terrifying, beautiful emptiness. Takeoff. Slow motion. 360-degree shot. The bike is a sculpture in midair, 80 feet above the ground, 120 feet across the gap, flying through the air, defying gravity, defying logic, defying the very idea of consequence. This is more than a stunt. This is a sermon, a statement to the world, screamed from a megaphone made of steel and sand. Fear has no visa here. Limits don't exist here. Greatness is built right here, in the dust, in the risk, in the unforgiving deserts of the United States of America. The landing zone rushes up. It's steep, perfect. Axell pulls the bike level. The rear wheel hits first, then the front. A puff of dust, a straight line, no drama. The landing hits. Solid, clean, inevitable. Axell rolls to a stop, cuts the engine. The silence that follows is heavier than the sound that preceded it. And just like that, a new chapter is carved into the earth. The dust settles. The engine ticks as it cools. Silence returns to the desert. But something has changed. The air is different, charged. Because this wasn't just a ride. This was a legacy in motion. A story told in roost and revolutions. A moment that will be replayed until the sand turns to glass. Because riders like Axell Hodges, they don't just ride motorcycles. They inspire the rest of us to find our own desert, our own jump, our own full throttle moment. The Monster Energy logo appears on screen. 3 claws, green, electric, with Monster Energy fueling the madness. This isn't just adrenaline. That's a side effect. This is a way of life for those who know that a quiet life is a slow death. Final shot. Axell helmet off, looking back at his tracks in the dirt. A single, perfect line through chaos. He smiles. He throws an M claw to the camera. This is what it means to go beyond limits. Text on screen, burning into frame like a brand on leather. In the United States, legends aren't given a path. They roost their own. United States Slayground. Monster Energy. No limits. Motorcycle high voltage. The sound of a distant engine, revving one last time. Then black.